Baba has given us vision of the world of happiness, world of love, world of harmony. And then today there is this world of sorrow, lot of pain, lot of fear. So we take this globe in front of Baba, and Baba gives drishti. And we all also, through our thoughts, look at the world, the globe, and share our thoughts of God's love, peace, harmony, trust on each other, and everything enough for everyone. So I serve through the mind and reach also to those in the family, Lokik and Alokik. I stay connected with Baba so that souls are free from all the sufferings. They get connected with God and get inspired to claim their inheritance. So we do this seva receive from Baba and share with the whole world. Take drishti from Baba and let everyone come in the world of Baba drishti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Avyakti Parivar. Today is our day 12. Self-Serenity. Title is Wonderful Father. Elevated Sanskar. Trikaldarshi. Now we'll be listening from Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti. Today I was reflecting on sanskars, what we do and then what we receive. The part we play, everything is based on sanskars, our qualities. And suddenly I start feeling that love which I have received since childhood. I had lot of love for God because I always felt that I belonged to Him. And also, I always had this feeling for divinity, that I am this divine being. I am child of my supreme parents. So I had lot of real love. When I say it's like you will have for your own lokic parents, physical parents. I think more than that. And then when I came to Baba, received lot of love from Shiv Baba through Brahma Baba, from Brahma Baba, from Avyak Bab Dada then, and all the ancestor soul, all dadis used to give so much love, then care, then sustenance, and amazing. Like it's just become your pure attachment or uh, happiness, source of strength, and you feel you have such a big family. So I feel very fortunate. So then I had lot of not only love for God, I had faith in God, but also a lot of devotion. One devotion is expressed in worshiping. Other is devotion is that all the time you feel you're doing it with lot of bhavana. Everything, whether it was service of Baba, but even before Gyan, in some way or other serving neighbors, helping poor and needy, and so all this sanskar, why I'm explaining it or sharing it, you all can also see that when we are born, the soul takes this body and has birth. We all have brought our sanskars, right? And child and teenager age, being innocent, especially in the beginning, your expression is very pure. It's not yet influenced by opinions, by society, by code conducts. It's very natural, that innocent way of expressing yourself, one's own way of living, desires. So what happens that when I leave one body, and come into another, what I have brought is sanskars, right? What kind of mind will be, what kind of body, relationship, wealth, it's in your sanskar, right? Even what kind of thinking you have, what kind of intellect you have, all that is really coming from sanskars. So now sanskar actually becomes like the main energy, right, within the soul. Because it's the sanskars, when I soul come in the body, they activate and you get thoughts. Like if you have thoughts of kindness since childhood, that means in your previous birth, your actions, your family, everything will be something there similar, and you bring those sanskar. So in that also, even the world is tamo pradhan. But in that also, Baba tells us that there is sato rajo tamo. Some have since childhood very sato sanskar. Some have rajo in the sense for little things they will lie, they will sulk, they will be oversen. Like very rajo means mix. Like for me, happiness and contentment is that's what I am. I trusted God. He will give. He gives. I never ask anything because I know my parents know what I need. And I used to see how at every step in life I will experience what I am receiving from God. So Sato Sanskar, then Rajo, and Tamo is like a lot of anger since beginning, very much jealousy, sulking, no? And then, of course, we are reformed when we come to Baba. We understand soul consciousness. Then lot of change come in us immediately. So actually, sanskar is not something written, no? When we say sanskar, that means, oh, I did this, so it's written now, it's written now. But actually, it's the energy. That is why I like when Baba says, remember me and you will become Sato Pradhan. That means lot of alloy, lot of things which we carried from birth after birth will melt and you become pure gold. I think we all relate, but I relate so much with that I have to keep remembering Baba, whether it is rust, whether it is alloy, whether it is Rajo energy. That gets in remembrance, the fire of remembrance, fire of yoga is burned and soul becomes pure. And then honesty. And some or other, truth and honesty, they are very connected because they both are simple. Truth is simple, right? Mm. I always remember many years ago, I don't remember which Dari or Lokik, somebody said, if you lie one time, you have to keep lying. Based on that, you have to, because you have to cover it. No? But if you say truth one time, then you don't have, it's simple. It doesn't have a tail, right? As Baba said that day, doesn't have tail. So actually, sanskar also is a kind of account book. We also say in Hindi karmic account. They use the word hisab kitab. Hisab means account, kitab means a book. When there was no computers, I saw even in the banks they used to have a big register. You go to deposit, then you withdraw. They write there. Some souls ask me that everything gets accumulated. We don't get settled. We don't settle karmic account. Of course, every birth we create, we settle, but some is always left. And the quality of actions leave that, as I said, whether it's a Rajo, Tamo, or Sato. So in the bank, as I was sharing, they will say how much you deposited, how much you withdraw. And because mostly there were small towns, so neighborhood shops, and so they will know the children. So we will go and buy something. So generally parents say, we will pay, you don't have to take money, they won't give. So they write it in the register. This family, this child took this much money has to be paid. Accounting, no, but in a way of a book, now not like computers now. Calculators and all that was not there, right? So it's interesting way to understand that how I did some karma, then I settle, but some still get deposited in the cells because while settling, I recreate them. Now that's where I need to understand now that there is a sanskar, right? Like you have a habit. So we do it again, we do it again, gets recreated. Sanskar become firm and firm. So I was like today whole day thinking about that we all know very well now what is mind and thoughts and intellect. But if we understand sanskars, we will be very, very naturally careful. Means some people always like to borrow, right? It's all right, let me borrow, whether credit card or debit card. But there are some they keep their account clean. Like for me, I love it. I don't have to give anyone, been borrowed from anyone. So same is very subtly, Baba has given us method when he says, have good wishes, pure feelings for everyone. Why he says it, it's like clearing. Even something happen, I just have good wishes, pure feelings for you. So it's like not only you forgive, but you change your feelings completely. Now that's becoming your sanskar now. So what type of sanskars Baba wants us to have? So that when we go home, we come back in golden age. What sanskar I will be able to carry? And then Baba doesn't talk about sanskar, but he says you will have divine virtues, you will have good character, you can claim high status. But what I take? Purity. Everything unadulterated. And that's really where the truth and honesty comes, right? Unadulterated, now even pure, peaceful, just deeply inside. Peace is my inheritance. I carry those sanskars. So what we are doing now, claiming inheritance, using these virtues and knowledge, they're all creating that energy, the quality within the soul that means peaceful. Today I was thinking that even if body gets old, so it's like an old vehicle because it does get old. So old vehicle, but driver is very experienced, right? So driver knows how to manage now with that vehicle also, which we didn't know in the beginning. If we knew, I think we could have kept our bodies very well. And some are good example for that also. So what I am taking in the sanskars are these qualities of uh, purity, peace, love, and even the quality of abundance with generosity. Some people have little, but they feel they have lot. Some people have lot, but they never feel enough. Mm. And really, when there is little and you are content, you are happy, it grows. When you have lot, then one time you lose also, no? A lot of people, both ways, whether you invest, mm, it can be lost. If you keep saving, it could be gone, or you won't enjoy it. You're not using it. So this contentment also with the wealth, and always, always love with everyone. People are different, they will have different ideas, but it's okay, no? Wherever I connect, wherever I agree, I work. If not, then still I am supportive. Not wrong, but I'm talking about right. So how we carrying sanskars? Because at this time we are using these virtues. So they're becoming my sanskars now. So how do I know they're becoming my sanskar? By quality of my thoughts. Do I get thought of love all the time? Let's have peace. Let's be kind, share. So I can even now see what kind of sanskars I have created and what still are there from the past. Past will interfere in these virtues. And Baba says you have to create those sanskars for 21 births. And this one is first one. And then you have to settle of all so many 42 births. That's lot, right? So through remembrance, fire of yoga, I keep burning. By doing inculcation of virtues, using those virtues in actions, I'm creating golden aged satoguni, new sanskars. So, sir, sometimes this discussion comes, mm, or when we say sanskars are burnt and past is settled, say, oh, those, so that means we have sanskar. They feel it's like something in writing. Mm. Does it get erased or remain? But I said they are all in a way from that energy. Sato Rajotamo, body consciousness, soul consciousness. So they are also emerged through consciousness. Why, Baba? Not only one time, 10 times sometimes in the Murli. Children, be soul conscious. Children, renounce body consciousness. Because it's from the consciousness also. Thoughts are emerging, intellect is influenced. That is by practice. Even for yourself, I am soul, I am peaceful, I am loveful, then with everyone, our drishti towards them, our words towards each other. So from consciousness, then, the thoughts and intellect function, we do those kinds of actions and we keep becoming Sato Pradhan, Rajo to Sato and Sato to Sato Pradhan. So if we reflect deeply on sanskars, though even if I said it's account book, but it's not really something which is in writing somewhere in the soul, a point of light, right? And as much we are settling, becoming pure, light and might of the soul increasing. Light and also power of the soul is increasing. And Baba says it's not only enough to increase, but it should be 100%. That's called complete and perfect. So it was very, very interesting to kind of through reflection, churning, explore what exactly the sanskar is. And more you do it, then you start really feeling how sanskar just comes, no? Whether it's through the thought, it's through whatever your reasoning is, belief is. So in this birth, the new sanskars which we are creating, it's not only all the time, we're not changing in old into new, but we're destroying old and creating new through elevated actions. It's like there is irritation, but you inculcate patience. Let me have patience so you won't be irritated. So like this, through virtues, creating new sanskars. So self-sovereignty is a big subject. But we have to have sanskars of a king, right? Sanskars of uh, self-sovereignty means Baba's child as king child, right? Prince child, princess child. So have very, very deep reflection, and definitely we are becoming beautiful from not being beautiful. I don't like word ugly, but sometimes it is ugly, like the way people talk, behave, interact, or do actions. Any vice really makes ugly action. But now our characters, our actions are reforming, and we become Sundar from Sham. That's what our Father has come to make us beautiful, decorating us with all the knowledge, virtues, powers, self-respect. Okay, Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. So that was beautiful, deep sharing from Didi. And now I would like to invite Sister Gayatri for guiding us for tomorrow's homework.
Om Shanti, everyone. And that was very beautiful, the sharing that Sister Mohini has given on sanskaras, and particularly sanskaras are not written in stone. They can be transformed because sanskaras constitute what is called the soul, the light of the soul. And so today, the featured experience that I'm going to read is from our sister in Israel. She's a national coordinator there, and her name is Sister Sharona. And Sister Sharona is saying, Gayatri Om Shanti. This is just to say that I'm listening to Sister Mohini's classes daily. Sometimes I even listen to a class twice because they are so deep. I'm sure she's going to be listening to tonight's class twice because it was so deep. I'm also doing the 21-day challenge and appreciate all the efforts you are putting into it for all of us. In particular, I want to say how much I enjoy your recent definition of courage. It is by far the most spiritual and powerful definition I've ever heard. I have a special interest in this because earlier in my BK journey, when Baba was still meeting us souls individually, Baba said to me, "You have a lot of courage." I have never thought of myself as particularly courageous. So over the years, anytime anybody spoke about courage, my ears perked up because I am always trying to understand what Baba's definition of courage is. You really sealed it when you connected courage to exploring the deepest part of the self until you are able to touch the true meaning of love and the significance of unity. Although I would add, and she unquote, and bring it into the way you think, speak, and do. My point is that your definition places the concept of courage at the very high level of love and unity. And this makes it very unique, elevated, and often incognito form of heroism. Definitely Baba's kind of courage. BK Sharona, Israel. And I wanted to share that because it is so lovely to see when one is going through a process, no matter what that process is, and one is listening to the depth of Gyan, what Baba says to the soul sometimes re-emerges. And in this case, Baba saying to Sharona that she was a courageous soul, or she is a courageous soul, and how that keeps resounding in the soul. Because somehow, when Baba looks at souls, and he looks at us with that drishti, he kind of imprints on us the specialty that we have. And then that specialty stays with us and gives meaning to our lives in deeper and deeper ways. So perhaps Sister Sharona's specialty of courage was what Baba was seeing. And that was imprinted on her because today, of course, she's an American, but she's serving in Israel. And she's doing a wonderful job there. And so tomorrow, it's Saturday, December 5th. And we'll be looking at our 3 cooperative companions. And the title of Baba is the Wonderful Father. And the elevated sanskara is trikaldarshi, the one who can see the 3 aspects of time. And so the awareness that trikaldarshi is, it's the elevated sanskara of being trikaldarshi. So that it is in the sanskara, that ability for us to see things with the 3 aspects of time, because it's the sanskaras of the 3 aspects of time that's there. And so when Baba says spin that cycle of self-realization, he's also asking us to be trikaldarshi, because we are re-emerging that which is in the soul from the past, the present, and the future. So to live in the now is what Baba tells us to focus on, because the now is where the power is, the confluence age. It's auspicious, it's benevolent, it's the ascending degrees, it's uplifting, it's all of these things. So to live in the now, which is the present, is powerful. But living in the now, he's also asking us to recognize that the past is there, but don't be pulled back by the past, but to just recognize it happened. So he's showing us the past, which is usually from the copper age through to the iron age. And he's saying that now is the time to recognize that past. And it is also the now is the time to recreate the future based on the present. And in doing that, we could rebuild a very beautiful future, which is of the golden and silver ages. So this thing of being trikaldarshi is not just to be linear visioned, to just look at the present, which is important, but also to see the past and to see the future. And usually when Baba talks about looking at the past and the future, he's always asking us to think of the golden and silver ages as our past, and to think of the golden and silver ages as our future too. And so with that trikaldarshi sanskara in us, he's asking us to check our thoughts. So the title of the wonderful Father and the sanskara of trikaldarshi, we're going to check now our 3 cooperative companions tomorrow based on the Murli. So in checking the mind, he's saying something very beautiful about the mind. So remember, yesterday, we were talking about Sham Sundar. Today we were talking about Sham Sundar, of how to move out of the ugliness into the beauty. So today he's asking us to check the beauty of the mind. And so he's saying, check, are your thoughts light and easy? Now the change is the context from which to change. If it's not light and easy, then I need to understand how to make it light and easy. And so the change point is explaining this to me. And Baba is saying when the mind is always content, then thoughts are double light. So lightness in mind depends on the contentment in the mind. Fully content means to be mature, and he used the word serious in English, but I said also it could be introverted. It is of this time that it is said, your final thoughts will lead you to your final destination. So now is the final period, and the Father is showing you the method to reach your final destination, because your final thoughts will take you there by making you trikaldarshi. So it's a very beautiful change point for the mind. The intellect, when I'm going to be looking at the intellect to understand that power to discern and decide, I'm going to check, and Baba is asking us to do this. Does the intellect understand the wonderful secret revealed by the wonderful Father? Oh, this is a very beautiful point. This intellect really grasping from the wonderful Father, this wonderful secret that he's revealing to us. And the secret is that the intellect has to discern and the intellect has to understand is this eternal, imperishable drama is predestined, and each one's part is fixed. And then he went into his own part, which is the wonder. The Father's part is not anything new. He comes every 5,000 years. He too is bound by the drama. He comes to show the children the easy pilgrimage of remembrance. The Father gives the soul the gift of a divine intellect to see this secret. So can the intellect grasp its own predestined part? But more importantly, can the intellect grasp the secret of Baba's part and him coming to reveal the secret to liberation and giving us a divine intellect with which to do it? And then the elevated sanskara that we have to check is, of course, how do I operate from the sanskara of being trikaldarshi as well as of being a detached observer? Now, how do I do that? How would the trikaldarshi, having that sanskara, lead me to self-sovereignty? So what I have to understand for that change to occur, to be a self-sovereign from being a subservient person, is while being trikaldarshi, know the beginning, middle, and end of every action. Then none of your actions will become sinful. That's the key. If I can be trikaldarshi before I perform my action by knowing the beginning, middle, and end, no action can be sinful. Baba says they will always be pure actions. And then the second level, while being a detached observer, form relationships through actions, and the fruit of your actions will be elevated. There will be no karmic bondages. So this 2-level, one is trikaldarshi, but along with trikaldarshi, I also have to be a detached observer. And they both would liberate me from sinful actions and from karmic bondages. So very beautiful points to look at tomorrow in the Murli, and to connect them and then to practice them so that they could be inculcated and form those beautiful sanskaras within us, those patterns that would take us to our self-sovereignty. So good luck, and we'll talk again tomorrow. And pay attention to your cooperative companions, but also to your associates, your senses, so that you can bring it out and embody it, that which you are inculcating. Om Shanti and good night.
Om Shanti. Thank you very much, Sister Gayatri, for reading out different experiences from different souls. They really are very, very good, and nice to know that how everyone is taking benefit, and also for guiding us every single day. Om Shanti, welcome to Avyakti Journey. Today is our Friday. Friday is our Golden Age Day. So, stepping into our future divine kingdom. Let's see what new things we'll know about our Golden Age today.
जेवर जो हैं वो कोई भी बोझ वाले नहीं होते हैं, होते जेवर जरूर हैं, लेकिन इतना वो रियल गोल्ड के होते हैं, पतले से, जैसे हल्का वजन, जो आप कितने भी पहनो तो आपका माथा भारी, यहाँ तो ताज पहनती है तो माथा ही भारी हो जाता है ना, तो वह ऐसा सोना नहीं है वहाँ, इतना सिंपल है जैसे आपको कुछ पड़ा ही नहीं है। और डिजाइन्स बनाने वाले और कोई काम ही नहीं है, क्या करेंगे, डिजाइन ही बनाते रहेंगे। इसीलिए वहाँ वैरायटी भी बहुत है। वैरायटी आप समझो, हर स्थान का अपना अपना वो होता है। जैसे यहाँ होता है ना, जैसे स्थान पर जाती है वैसे साड़ी पहनते हैं, फिर सेट पहनते हैं। तो वहाँ जो है वो हर स्थान का अपना अपना है ड्रेस। समझो खेल की ड्रेस है, और राजधानी में कोई फंक्शन होता है उसकी ड्रेस है। तो ऐसे ऑफिशियल फंक्शन की है, दरबार की है, तो अपने अपनी ड्रेसेस होती है, और अपने अपने वो गहने का जो है सेट भी अपना अलग अलग होता है। और बहुत करके सोने में समझो वो नग लगे हुए होते हैं। आजकल तो आर्टिफिशियल नग भी है ना, लेकिन वो नग वहां ऐसे है, एक एक नग से आपको लाइट नजर आएगी। समझो लाल है रंग, तो जैसे लाल बल्ब जग रहा है, ऐसे नहीं है बस पत्थर माफ वो लाल है, ये है एकदम ऐसे रियल हीरे है, जो जैसे रंग का होगा ना वैसे लाइट जैसे आपको लगेगी। तो आप सोचो, समझो आपको ताज पर है, पहनो ताज पर है आपको, और उसमें आपके भिन्न भिन्न रंग के रतन है, कि हरा भी है, लाल भी है, वो गोल्ड भी है, सब है। तो वो आप ताज पहन करके जब ताज पहनते हैं तो वो एक एक रतन चमकता है लाइट के माफिक, तो कितना अच्छा लगता हूँ।
सच्चाई की दुनिया वो एक सुनहरा जमाना है। सच्चाई की दुनिया वो एक सुनहरा जमाना है। देखो फिर से बनाने उसे पड़ता रब को आना है। देखो फिर से बनाने उसे पड़ता रब को आना है। सच्चाई की दुनिया वो एक सुनहरा जमाना है।
So now we all know what we'll be wearing there, right? Dadi explained us very well that how our ornaments will be. So it's not just the gold, but what kind of gold it will be. So thank you very much, Avikti team, for bringing such a nice sharing from our beloved Dadi Ji. Okay, now let's get our Soman for tomorrow.
ऐसी कोई पढ़ाई पढ़ता है, अभी तक ये डिग्री सुनी है, जज, बैरिस्टर, डॉक्टर, इंजीनियर, ये तो सब डिग्री देखी है, लेकिन त्रिलोकीनाथ, त्रिकालदर्शी, त्रिनेत्री, नॉलेजफुल, ऐसा कभी डिग्री देखी किसको मिली है? द्वापर से कलयुग तक किसको मिली है? मिली है, आपको मिली थी, आप भी तो 63 जन्म लिए, तो न किसको मिली है न मिलनी है। ऐसे शिक्षक हमारा है।
Our sweet Baba says that the basis of success in every action is the trikaldarshi stage. So before performing any action, let's remind ourselves that I, the soul, am seated on the throne of Master Trikaldarshi.
So it's very, very high and elevated Swaman, trikaldarshi. So we just heard all the explanation from our chart and also from Baba. So it's very nice to be in this woman. I, the soul, am seated on the throne of being Master Trikaldarshi. Thank you. And now let's remember Baba. We'll take Drishti from Didi.
Om Shanti, everyone. Good night. Everyone take care, extra care.